to get in here. Hey y'all, hey everybody, hey babes. Hey y'all, hey y'all. So, we're gonna talk about a few things, right? So we got Mars and Cancer, and we know Mars handle is all about the aggression, the drive, and action, how we argue, all of those things. And so this being in the Cancer sign is very much making us even more emotional with those things. Thanks, babes. With those things. So let's tap into it. Okay, so we're really just going to talk about that and then also talk about where does your heart go when your mind wanders? Right? So what work are you avoiding? You feel what I'm saying? What work do you do that you need to face that you are avoiding? Maybe there's some emotions that you need to address that you've been distracting yourself from taking into consideration when you do these things. And the Mars in Cancer is really going to amplify that, right? Because this, with Mars being in Cancer, is very much protective. It's very much, again, emotional. So this could really make you, if you're not careful, it could really have you write some checks that your ass can't cash, right? You could be doing things, when people overreact and it's like, bitch, it wasn't that serious. You're dramatic. The Cancer, the Mars in Cancer, hey babes, the Mars in Cancer will amplify that, right? So this is going to make you very, very, very protective of your loved ones because Cancers are very loyal, right? They're very loyal and they're also ruled by the moon. So they do everything with intent and sometimes their emotions get the best of them. Hey babes, thank you. And when you want to be very mindful in this energy because this can cause you to, like I said, overreact. But at the same time, you mean what you say. And this is also a time for Cancers to be very mindful because when you're very mindful of that, Cancer is gonna be acting an ass. Because Cancers are already emotional, right? They're already in their feelings. And so to have our Mars, the ruling planet that rules over how we assert ourselves, our aggression, how we argue, this is really going to make some emotional disasters if you're not mindful. Hey, babes. You get what I'm saying? If you're not mindful. So you really just want to take a step back, ask yourself, why am I taking things so personal? Why is this triggering me? You get what I'm saying? Why is this triggering me? Why is this making me want to fight when I really just need to? You really want to go cry somewhere, Cancer. Hey babes, it's Tori. You get what I'm saying? So we gotta be very mindful of that. And this could really heighten the time. And now this means as a collective, right? So really check where your Cancer placements are in your chart, what planets you have in those as well. Because remember, when we're talking about as a collective that the planet of Mars is now in Cancer, this is mean how this is going to affect everyone. This is going to affect the collective, right? So you may be extra sensitive at this time, but also passive. I can't stand a passive motherfucker, okay? I can't stand a passive motherfucker, but Cancers will be very passive. They will when something throws off their energy, they will switch that like a damn light switch. And then they won't always say what is bothering them, but they will very much so just be passive about it. And you're like, I know something wrong with you. I know something wrong with you. You get what I'm saying? I know something. I see the energy shift. So what is it giving? You feel what I'm saying? And so just think of that as everyone now acting that. And Mars, it being into Mars, is now heightening that. So Cancers, you really want to stay clear of Cancers right now, because they're going to be acting the ass. They're going to be very much, oh, what happened? What was said? Like, it's just going to be very heightened now, and very like, bitch, I said what I said, and so what's the problem? Right? So this is time where you really just, like I said, you want to stay neutral. You really want to think before you react, because this is going to just make all this energy is going to make everything just heighten. And so in this time with Mars and Cancer, right, this is also ruling like the home life, family, because again, Cancer is very loyal to their family. They're very loyal for the people that they go to bat for. And so this is why I decided to name this live here is, where does the heart go when your mind wanders? When you're with yourself, where does your heart go, and where does your mind wander? Right? And that's 9 times out of 10 the work that you need to face. Right? So there's a lot of grief going on in the collective. And so to get through grief, you have to face it. Right? You have to face it. You have to say, yeah, some days it's going to be like this. And water sign of Cancer, right? And so this is very much, you have to address those things, and you have to sit with those things, because that's when you're going to get on the other side of the transformation of that. Okay? And I'm going to pull some cards too, some from the Oracle deck, on just what we need to know to navigate this energy that's Mars and Cancer. You're going to have people that may want to say it with their chest. Again, like I said, you want to be mindful and make sure that you're not writing checks that your ass can't cash. Don't let your emotions get you fucked up. That's as real as it gets. If you know me, I'm going to give it to you real. I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to say, hey, babes, I'm going to say, be mindful of that. And stay clear from fucking Cancers, because this is the time that Cancers will really be like, oh, put it on the table. This will be a time to really put it on the table. You get what I'm saying? This will be that time. If you want me to personally pick your card for you, send the $10 to my Cash App with your question, and I will. So we have blessings in disguise. Blessing is this in disguise as this. So what this is telling me, some hardship that you may have went through, maybe you had a delay, maybe there was some route that you were going to take, and it really fucked you up because it didn't go as planned. But this is telling me that this is all God's protection in this. It's all a blessing in disguise. You may not can see that right now, but it's all working out for your highest good. Okay? And remember, when one door closed, a bigger one is opening. I literally just talked about this yesterday, that we got to start viewing our losses as that, understanding that there's a greater gain on the way. So you're not really losing anything. It just feels like that in this moment, until you understand that, okay, when I'm going through a loss, that means something greater is opening up for me. And so this blessing in disguise card is saying that. Right? And now we have the card of out of sight. This is about making sure that the fires around you aren't distracting you from grounding yourself and grounding yourself for your inner peace. Right? That's what this is telling me. So this blessing in disguise here, whatever situation you were dealing with that caused a delay, that really threw you off your square, right? It really fucked you up. It's for a blessing in disguise, but learn to ground yourself in that. Because the collective, what we're seeing here, there's a lot of shit being brought to the surface. There's a lot of things that are going to be revealed now. And during this time, you really want, this is the most important time to ground yourself and to make sure that the shit that's going on around you isn't knocking you off your square, isn't knocking you off your routines, because we are in Virgo season. And so Virgo is really about getting your shit together. So don't allow those outside distractions distract you from being on your shit and being on your square. You get what I'm saying? Being on your square. If you'd like for me to pull some cards for you, go ahead and cash at me. It's in my description box. Just you can cash at $10 and I'll pull some cards for you right here on live. We're pulling from the Oracle deck, the Wandering Heart deck. Right, heads up, heads up. This is, again, being mindful of your surroundings. Are you aware of your surroundings? So yes, we're grounding ourselves and we're making sure that we're eliminating any outside distractions, but don't let that keep you from being aware of what the fuck is still going on. Okay, you still need to be aware of what's going on. You just don't want to absorb that energy of what's going on, because it can distract you and you could take it on as if it's something that you are meant to carry. You get what I'm saying? So you want to be mindful of that here. And this is saying heads up. This is saying that you need to be aware of your surroundings, be aware of what's going on, be aware of who you have around you. At the same time, are they in alignment to where you're trying to go? Are they in alignment to what it is that you need to be doing? Right? Are you too worried about, oh, I need to be there for Bobo and Ray Ray, but it now has distracted you from being on your shit? Right? So this is still saying be mindful of what's going on in the collective, but at the same time, making sure that you are grounding yourself, making sure that you are up on your spiritual practices, because this is the time in Virgo season to really set that intent before we move on into eclipse season. This is the time to set your intentions for who it is that you are trying to be and where it is that you are trying to go. So this is not the time to get distracted about what's going on in the collective. We want to be aware, but we do not want that we don't want to take on that. We don't want to take on that negative energy, because a lot of shit is coming to the surface. A lot of things are coming to the surface, but remember that it's all a blessing in disguise. It's all a blessing in disguise, and everything that's coming to the forefront, everything that is coming to the surface are things that we need to come to the surface so that we can evolve as a collective. So that we can evolve personally, individually. So it's all really a blessing in disguise for us. I want to pull one more. Ooh, we got quite a few drop out of here. Let me get these cards, y'all. Yeah, so this is time, like I said, that you don't want to, hey babes, this is a time where you don't want to allow your emotions to put you in a fucked up position. This is the time to really take your time when it comes to you making decisions, when it comes to you addressing things. You want to be very mindful of that. And yeah, so we also have the honeymoon card. So remember, this is also, so this is like Cancer energy, right? We're all about nurturing our relationships. And for some of you, you're really in a good time right now in your relationships. This is really giving me Venus energy, actually. So you're very much in a time where shit is going good. right? Shit is going good for you. So don't be one of those people where you're like, yo, shit is going good. Shit is going too good. Like, it's too good to be true. Don't be one of those people to where you fuck around and you fuck up what you have going on. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to be mindful of. Because sometimes what I've seen is people will be like, really have some good shit going, but they're so used to shit not going their way or fucking up before they can really allow themselves to get comfortable that they sabotage it. And that's what we want to make sure that we don't do. It's not too good to be true. This is something that you have been hoping for and praying for. So enjoy. Let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. Enjoy it. Because as we know, life goes up and down. You will have some times where you're in a down moment. You will have some times when you are in the heights of it, in the good moments. Really bask in that. Right? Really bask in that. Because you don't know how long it's gonna last. So you damn sure don't want to spend it. You don't want to spend it worrying about if it's going to work out. Right? I'm hearing I'm feeling like some of you are like, I don't know if it's going to work out. But it's really going good, and you're really just thinking that because of what you're used to. You get what I'm saying? So for Leos, what I'm hearing, and I'm gonna share this because this is what I'm feeling with Leos. Leos, keep getting your shit together. Keep getting your shit together. We're now in Virgo season. We were just in Leo season, where we're very much so about our individuality and expressing our creativity. So now for you, Leo, in Virgo, this is really about you getting your shit together. Not being so all over the place, easily distracted, want to be in relationships when you really need to be focusing on you. You understand what I'm saying? You really want to be focusing on you. That's what you want to be thinking about. Focus on you really getting organized, Leo. You really need to be getting organized right now. Because most times it's you're so much about your individuality and what you have going on that you aren't allowing yourself to really you're not allowing yourself to really get organized in the place that you need to get organized. Your finances, you're all over the place all the time. And so right now, this is the time to set your intentions, like I said before eclipse season, where shit's gonna hit the fan. Right? So this is time for you to get grounded, Leo. This is time for you to get grounded. Leo's all about summertime. We outside. Virgo season is asking you to get grounded. It's just like the back to school feels. You know, you have fun in the summertime, and then back to school vibes, which is Virgo, is very much, okay, what do I need to be doing? Okay, I need to get on my shit. I need to start detoxing because we're going into the winter season soon. So that's what I'm feeling for you, Leo. Really get grounded and really know how to turn off the switch of like, okay, I've been outside all damn summer. Let me go ahead and get it together. Let's put some cards actually for you, Leo. Oh, it came right out. So we got certainty and we have shelter. Again, for me, what I'm hearing from shelter is hermit mode, but not in the isolation or lonely mode. It's not that for you. It's really more so you taking shelter and being grounded in that, getting your spiritual practices together, organizing your finances, really being mindful of where it is that you're trying to go next. What's next for you? Right? The shelter. And this here is telling me you know exactly who you are. You actually know exactly where you're going. You know exactly where you're going. And because you know exactly where you're going, now is the perfect time to really get organized and set those intentions for where you're going. Of course. We love her. Gemini, let's talk about you. Gemini, your mind's been racing. Because you're seeing everything for what it is. You're seeing everyone's perspective. You're seeing everyone's perspective. Because that's what Geminis do. They come off as two-faced because they can see everyone's perspective. They can see where you coming from, and I can see where you coming from. And hell, you probably even can see where these motherfuckers is going for real. This is a season for everyone to really get grounded. Okay, cards for Gemini. We have barren fruit. We have loves me not. We have autopilot. We have celebration. So you're really in a good space right now, Gemini. You're in a very good space. But I'm sensing from love me not, there's some people you have around you that's probably not really fucking with you for real. You have some people around you that's probably not really fucking with you for real. And you probably feel this, and it's having you be an autopilot. Because you sense this. But you're like, you're really in your head about it, which is normal for you, which is really, that's your thing, Gemini. You're going to be in your head about it, right? But you have to really decide on if this is even worth your time, if this is even worth weighing on your mind. You get what I'm saying? Because at the same time, this is a really good space that you're in. We also have the celebration card. This is a really great space that you're in because you are reaping what you sow. You have put in the work, and now finally it is time for you to bear the fruit. And this is causing you to want to celebrate. And you're not just celebrating with yourself. You're celebrating with those around you. Let your family uplift you and support you. Let those friends, those people who really get you, put in the work and just show you how important you are, how proud they are of you. Right? So don't let the energy of loves me not put you on autopilot and not allow you to be present in your celebrations. Okay? Who else needs a word today? How are y'all feeling about this energy in Mars? Mars in Cancer. So yeah, this is a time where you don't want to avoid the shit that's weighing you down. This is not the time to avoid the shit that's weighing you down. This is not the time to avoid the things that you really need to be addressing. This is the time where you want to, and I'm talking about with yourself. Maybe it's not with someone else, but this is really a healing time right now. Virgo grounds us so that we can really see what needs to be organized, what needs structure, what needs to be handled, what needs my attention. That's what Virgo season is asking you. What needs your attention right now? Is it family matters? Is it matters of the heart? Are you worrying yourself? Are you jumping to the conclusions all the damn time? Are you someone that's always in your feelings? Are you properly releasing your feelings? Because the good thing about being in your feelings, you're trying to address it. But we got to make sure that we have healthy outlets to help us to release those vibes, to release those. Because one thing about your feelings, you have to honor them. You have to honor your feelings, but you have to know how to let your feelings go. Because those things, holding on to those things can weigh you the fuck down. And then you find yourself doing things that may not serve you. You find yourself doing things that, like, you're escaping. You're trying to escape your feelings instead of addressing them. Some of you, the only time you're addressing your feelings is when you're trying to escape them. Like, oh, okay, I'm feeling fucked up. Let's go do this. You're trying to escape them. That's the only time you're addressing them. And that's doing more harm than it is good. Because you know that is something there. So I'll give you that you know there is something there that you need to be addressing. But how are you going about it? How are you going about it to address these things? To address the things that's weighing you down? Have you forgiven yourself for something that you may need to forgive yourself for? You get what I'm saying? So have you addressed those things? Because now's the time to really get into what it is that you need to get into. Right? Because that's what's sexy. When you know how to honor your emotions and feel those things and then release them. Because life is going to continue. Life, it doesn't wait for you to be okay. Life doesn't wait for you to catch your breath and say, oh, all right, I think I'm ready. So you have to learn how to release those things, address those things, but by also being resilient. You get what I'm saying? And trust me, the Mars in Cancer is going to bring that out. The Mars in Cancer is really going to, okay, why is this triggering me? Why is this upsetting me? And the quicker that you get to those things, the quicker you're able to get to where the fuck it is that you're trying to go. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, a lot of times it can feel like that life is just beating you up. Life is just lifing, right? And it's going to feel like that until you allow yourself to pause. Sometimes you gotta pause. Sometimes you gotta turn the music down and just let it be silence and hear your thoughts. Sometimes you gotta log off and eliminate the screen time to really sit with yourself. How often are you sitting with yourself? How often are you really allowing yourself to go within and say, yo, what am I feeling, and why is this still on my mind? Why is this still on my heart? Instead of distracting yourselves from dealing with that shit. Because that shit's not going to go anywhere until you address it, you sit with it, and then you release it. This is why journaling is so impactful. Because sometimes you may not always have somebody to talk to. Your journal is where you can really allow yourself to just write how you feel with no judgment. And that is you releasing those feelings. That is you getting those things off your heart. And that's what you have to remember. The point of it is to allow yourself to feel light. Keep your heart light as a feather. Shit is going to hit you, knock you off your square sometimes. And no, it's not about how fast you can get back on your square, but it is about how fast can you sit with yourself to kind of release those emotions. And it won't happen overnight, depending on how long you've held on to it. The quicker you do the work, the faster that you are able to acknowledge what really have you fucked up in the first place. So think about that. Where does your mind go when your heart wanders? When you sit with yourself, where's these feelings going? Because that's why people don't like sitting with themselves. Because when you sit with just you and your thoughts, that shit's going to come up with what you have to deal with. That it's going to come up about what's fucking with you. No matter how loud you turn the music up, no matter how much you say, oh, okay, I'm not even gonna give myself time to sit by myself, I'm gonna be on my phone scrolling away. Oh, it's still there. And it's gonna be there until you decide, I'm ready to address this. I'm ready to face this. But you have to create that space for you. You have to create that space for you to address it, face it, and then release it. Don't continue to distract yourself from those things, and then it becomes a matter of shit. I don't give a fuck. Now you're trying to go piss somebody else's day off because you feeling fucked up because you haven't sat with yourself to say this is how I'm feeling, right? So this Mars and Cancer is going to bring all that to the forefront because you may find yourself overreacting to things, jumping to conclusions in your feelings. Ask yourself, why did that trigger me? And hopefully you're given the space to really get to the bottom of it and get to the root of it. Because sometimes it's not always what you think it is. Sometimes it's getting to the root of it. You get what I'm saying? It's about getting to the root of it. Libras, I need you to honor your word. Honor your word. And Libras really have a bad habit of lying. And this is why Libras don't always get the 100% truth from others, because you have put the energy out of always lying. Sometimes you lying before somebody even asks you what's going on. You already got a line ready. You get what I'm saying? So Libras, you really want to honor your word. Libra, first card I got for you is stillness. Again, I think you got to eliminate the distractions, Libra. You have to eliminate the distractions. Because stillness is where you are going to unlock your inner wisdom. Right? And like I mentioned, you gotta stop with the lions. Libras, y'all have that bad. Y'all have that so bad. It's become second nature to y'all. It has become so dangerous that you believe your lies. You believe that's how it really went down. Redemption. But because you're aware, right? Like you said, damn, it's true. So that means you're aware. So this is the time to really redeem yourself. This is the time to really redeem yourself. Like I said, we're in the new moon of Virgo. We're in new cycles. This is really time for us before the eclipse season to set the intentions on what it is that you want to accomplish. What is it? Maybe you want to start being more honest, but not just with others, but also to yourself. I feel like, Libra, you've been through many things where you've kind of altered the truth for yourself to be willing to sit with that. And this is a reflection of you now going, and I kind of feel like, Libras, you like altering the truth, like I said, so you can sit with it. You have a habit of altering the truth so that it sits better with you. Right? That's what I'm getting. And like I said, you're getting a lot of lies being told to you, and you're attracting people who just lie. Because the source card, what I'm getting from it is, you're the source of not moving with integrity. So it always starts you. Why am I attracting motherfuckers that's always lying? Why am I attracting people that's always not telling the truth? Damn, I didn't even get a chance to ask what happened. You just came and told me, and come to find out that's not even the truth. You get what I'm saying? So you really want to start moving better at being honest. The truth will set you free. You're holding on a lot of shit because you're holding on to a lot of lies. And sometimes we can lie to ourselves when we don't want to face the truth, because when we face the truth, that means that we have work to do. That means decisions need to be made. Right? So being in this time where the truth is really coming to the light, you want to be mindful, Libra, to not be caught in your web of lies. You get what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you're not being caught in those web of lies, because the truth will come to the surface. Because the things about the dark, well, things that's done in the dark will always come to the light. And the thing about when things come to the light, we don't have control over that. They'll come to the light from just having a random conversation, and then whoop, there goes the truth right on the table. And then we go back to the source of, well, who told us this? Lion, Libra. So you want to be mindful that you aren't caught on the wrong side of the damn card. Because this is a time for you to redeem yourself. This is a time for you to move. You can start moving with integrity right here. You know what I'm saying? This is time for you to move with integrity right here. This is time for you to be honest right here. You don't have to, you don't have to, because when you understand source, that I'm also getting right with source, is that you have the power to change your reality. But don't do that by not moving in integrity. Because yes, you have the power to change reality, but you don't want to do that based on lies. Definitely not in this time. Because we're in a time of truth where multiple things, corporations, organizations, the government, friendships, family matters are all being brought to the truth. Truth is being put on the table here. So understand, yes, you have the power to change your reality, but do it with integrity. You don't like something in your life, you damn sure have the power to change it. You have the power to make it better. That's what this is all about. You have the power to change your reality. But don't do it without moving in integrity, because that's when shit starts to crumble. Okay, that's when things start to crumble. So this is a time, allow yourself to be still. Allow yourself to eliminate distractions so that you can get into the root of, why do I move like this? Why do I move like this? You get what I'm saying? And it's more so about allowing yourself to be surrendered. Like I said, you have some things that you need to get to the root of why you do what you do. Why is it so easy for you to not move in integrity? Why is it so easy for you to say, you know what? And a lot of times when people lie, it's really them fearing the truth, and sometimes they think that they are protecting something, rather than themselves, rather other people. So I don't think that your intention is to hurt people or put yourself in a fucked up position. I think this is your way of protecting people, protecting those that you love. You get what I'm saying? But where we're moving into the times where, because when you start teaching, when you start lying to people, and this would be someone even with children, you teach them to lie. You teach them not to move in integrity. You teach them to grow up, and it's like you manipulated the thing of, oh, I can change my reality, and you kind of like, you know, in like a villain type of way. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, you have the power to change your reality, but what does it mean to you if you're not moving in integrity? And then ask yourself, why is not moving in integrity important to you? Because I can guarantee, Libras, you want the truth to come to you. You want people, when they come to you, you want them to be the truth. You get what I'm saying? Even when you get the truth, you want the truth for sure. But you have to move with integrity, right? And you have to understand that everything happens for a reason. And so if you have people around you, maybe they sense that. Maybe they sense that I'm not always going to get the truth from you. Like I said, your intention isn't to alter the truth to hurt people. Sometimes you're doing it just out of habit of this is your way of protecting them. You get what I'm saying? And so you have to sit with that. Sometimes people can really sense like, they ain't be honest. They're nice, but for some reason they don't always be truthful. They don't always be truthful. Right? And you have to understand that sometimes people are really just, you have to, when people want to release themselves, you gotta let them go. Because you don't want to hold on to shit that people don't have your highest good. Because you'll find the ones that's really willing to stick with you and ride with you through your bullshit. You will. There are people that's like, you know what? I'm going to ride with this person. We're going to get through the bullshit together. We're going to unpack your shit together. But you got to be willing to unpack your shit first. And sometimes, again, people leaving could be you. That could be the universe and God themselves releasing the things that no longer serve you, eliminating the distractions. Sometimes relationships can be a distraction from you doing the work that you need to do. Sometimes it's not always about finding someone. Sometimes it's really about finding yourself and then allowing those people to come to you that adds on to you. But if you have work to do, your focus may need to be there. If you have work to do, that's where your focus needs to be. Okay, God, the universe is removing this for some reason. This was released for some reason. Even taking the time to figure out why that was released. This is a time where, again, with the energies of the universe, it's all about purging and get rid of the things that no longer serves you. And sometimes the energy can release those things for you. We may not always understand it. We may not always have an answer for it. But we got to respect it. We got to respect it because I know things like that, it's like, okay, God's trying to show me something. But don't let that change you at your core. Meaning, if you know you had good intentions and you were nice to them, then don't let that change you from still being a nice person. But face the work that you need to do. Right? Because the thing with lion and attracting others with that same lion energy, is it really built on integrity? Anything that's not built on integrity is not going to stay. This is why we got to move with integrity, because we understand that those things that are built on integrity, built on truth, will stand the test of time. This is why it's important to move in integrity. It's not just, oh yeah, this is the righteous thing to do. You want to move in integrity because I want anything that I attract will also move with that same integrity. Because your word is everything. When you don't have much, even when you have the most, your word is everything. Your word says who you truly are. okay, they move with integrity. So yes, I expect integrity for you, but it becomes manipulative when you are not moving with integrity, and then when you're not moving with integrity, and then you expect integrity. You expect, but you can't expect what you aren't willing to give. You can't expect what you aren't honoring. And so things would take the test of time. You want things to stand the test of time. When shit gets shaky, when somebody loses a job, when something goes, we thought we was planning on this, when money comes and money goes, you want things to stand the test of time when you move with integrity. When you're being an honest person. That's what that means. And honor the God within you as well. Because you matter and you are important. So when you're moving with integrity with yourself first, and then you move with integrity within the world, you are also honoring the God within you. It's not just about honoring the Almighty in the sky, the reason why we're all here, absolutely, but don't forget about the God within you as well. Because we're made in His image, right? So honor yourself. Honor your integrity by honoring the God in you. That's it. That's all. You're welcome. My pleasure, babes. My pleasure. All right, y'all. We've been on here almost an hour. Any more questions before we close off this live? Anything that's weighing on your heart? Maybe you want some clarity in. That's what these spaces are for. To really chat it up and be in community and help each other get through it. Maybe I have some insight on things that I can assist you with. I'm here to be of service. I'm here to be in service for you guys, for our community that we're growing over here. Make sure that you guys also connect with me on Instagram there. I'm over there daily. Yes, I have services that I offer. I have human design readings. Soon I'll be offering oracle readings as well, helping you make big personal transformations within yourself and things like that. All these cards are popping out. Okay, boundaries. We have boundaries. Guidance for a career. You got to follow the things that light you up. You got to follow the things that light you up when it comes to a career. But sometimes that's hard because we're so worried about money. We're so worried about, and we have to be worried about those things. Like, we don't have to be worried, but we have to take those things into consideration. You want to do the things that light you up when it really comes to a career. So like for me, leadership lights me up. So I aim to be in leadership positions when it comes to 9-to-5s. I aim to be in leadership positions because those are the things that lights me up. And so you have to start there. We have familiarity. So that's really more so about getting to the root. Again, getting to the root of what lights you up. Then you will know what career is for you, right? Everyone's not meant to be an entrepreneur. Maybe everyone's not meant to be a content creator. Even if you're trying to climb the ladder in corporate America, you still can do so by following the things that light you up. But you have to get to the root of that, of what lights you up. What things did you play as a child, right? When you play with your imaginations, what things that you played as a child when you were just free in your imagination and you wanted to play it all day and you looked forward to getting home from school to play those things. What are those things for you? What are those things for you? What you can really do is think back to your childhood. You can think back to your childhood of what you played with. How did you play as a child? Were you allowed to play as a child? Were you allowed to be, to dream as a child? Teaching English, beautiful. There you go. That was something that lit you up. So writing, what about it lit you up? That made you couldn't wait to do it. And nowadays they even have certifications to do those things. And it's like, how can you start by doing it now? How can you start by doing it now? Yeah, so we have caged birds. So this is really, I'm getting from this is limiting thoughts. Something's limiting you from pursuing what it is that you feel that you are meant to do. Something's limiting you. Rather it's a belief. Rather you don't feel good enough to do those things. Or maybe you're like, I'm going to, can I really do this? It's going to take me too long, but can I really do this? Beautiful. Beautiful. There you go. And we need English professors. We need those. Especially as AI is coming out, a lot of people are off the bandwagon. They're not really connected with being able to write in cursive. You get what I'm saying? So I think you really need to listen to yourself. Like you said, we got back to our root here of what you did as a child. English lights you up. That you're probably someone that can talk about English and writing all day. But you got to release those limiting beliefs and understand that you can do it. You can do that. It's not it's going to take me long, or it may take me this amount of time. Do I really got that amount of time? Yeah, you do, because the time is going to pass anyway. You get what I'm saying? The time is going to pass anyway. That's what you have to understand. The time is going to pass anyway. So why not fill that time with doing something that excites me? You get what I'm saying? Why not do something that excites me? But understand it's going to come with sacrifice. But you're learning something out of this sacrifice that's going to cause you to really teach your community a new way to heal, a new way to go after the shit that you know you are meant to go after. This is why I also recommend people to learn their unique human design. And I actually help people understand their human design by understanding what motivates you. What is your energy like? Maybe you're someone that, maybe you have a defined sacral. You're someone that got energy all day to do the things that you love. Maybe you don't feel as motivated to do certain things. Learning your human design will help you get to the root of what is it that I'm called here to do. You get what I'm saying? So release those limiting beliefs and understand, yes, it's going to take time. But really, really Allow yourself to be the student again. Right? And don't wait for someone else to certify you before you see the value within yourself. Those degrees are amazing. Those plaques, they look beautiful on the wall. But understand, even outside of that, you are still that one. You are still destined for greatness. So don't let that validate you. Don't let external things validate you. You know who you are. You know what it is that you're called to do. I don't care if you thought you were into art. Now you want to go be an English professor. That's fine if that's what you feel you were called to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what you feel you were called to do. That's what you were here to call to do. Looks like we have Scorpio energy in the chat. Scorpio, are you still here? Scorpio. Aquarius. Aquarius, you need to prioritize your health. Prioritize your health, Aquarius. Virgo season is asking you to really prioritize your health and stop overextending yourself. You're doing put in a lot of work for the material world to make sure that you got everything that you need, roof over your head, food in your crib, your family's taken care of. But are you taking care of you? Are you taking care of you, Aquarius? Do you have spiritual practices that can allow you to clear your mind? Are you allowing yourself to ground yourself before you jump out into your day and take care of everybody else before you check in with you? Because you're really tired for real, but you know that you can't stop because people are counting on you. People are counting on you. So Virgo season is asking you to prioritize your health. Prioritize time for you to recharge yourself, because you're not recharging yourself. You're just going, going, and going. You're just going and going and going. And this isn't the time to not prioritize your health in Virgo season. This is what Virgo season is all about. It rules the 6th house, and Virgo is all about health and wellness. So in Virgo, this ain't the time that you want to put everybody before your well-being, because you have to understand you can't pour from an empty cup. Honor your word. We have honor your word for Aquarius. If you say you are going to take better care of you, honor that. It's time to stop putting it off. It's time to really do that. If you're saying I'm gonna tell them they gotta help out a little bit, or I gotta slow down, honor that. Because your body is keeping count. Hey babes, your body is keeping count. So as much as you continue to keep running and keep, because it makes you feel good to be able to take care of others. Makes you feel good for you to know that you're coming through for your family and you're holding it down. It makes you feel good that your coworkers can depend on you. But do your body feel good? Do your body feel good? Yeah. You're very into your community right now. You're very much showing up for them and being the go-to person. And so it's taking a toll on you a little bit. And you don't want to admit it, because then that means you really have to honor your word. And the thing about honoring our word with ourselves, we don't want to disappoint ourselves. Because when we start to disappoint ourselves, that's when we start projecting onto others. You get what I'm saying? Gemini, I already did. You're going to have to watch the live back. Fall back, Aquarius. Fall back. You don't have to fall back completely, but you definitely want to turn it down just a notch, because you at full extreme. You working day in and day out, and you're not really giving yourself time to recharge yourself. You're just taxing it on your body. Okay, you're just taxing it on your body, and you're not just prioritizing your health, and it's taking a toll on you. So you want to be mindful of that. This is the time to really fall back. We love the community, and we love what you're doing, and you're showing up, and you're knocking shit out, you're handling it, but it's taking a toll. So you really want to prioritize your health and fall back just a tad. Just a tad. You ain't got to do it all the way. But you definitely want to be mindful. Because you are not a robot, nor are you a machine. You are a human that needs to slow down. Don't allow yourself to overextend yourself, because you're moving with this mindset of, I have to. If not me, then who? I guess you'll find out when you take a fall back. Take a fall back. Like I said, it can be baby steps. You ain't got to do it all the way. But that health matters. Health is wealth. At Virgo season, this is what we're all about. Health is wealth. So it's asking you to slow down just a little bit. Ground yourself. And if you do got to show up and show out all the time, you need to be starting your day with grounding yourself and pouring back into you. Because you can't pour from an empty cup. And then you have to think about, are people really getting the best of you if you aren't taking care of yourself? Okay? All right, y'all, I'm getting off of here. I did quite a few signs. That's Mars in Cancer. I may hop on here during the week, but I do offer human design readings for those of you that are looking to find your purpose and what motivates you, and just become more aware of why you operate the way you operate and what are your unique gifts that will help you take on the career that you want, that will help you move into a pace that is really you. This is the time, and learning how to move from your authority within yourself, because we're also moving into a time where we can no longer depend on external factors to decide what it is that we're going to do for ourselves. So you're going to have to get very comfortable with saying, you know what, that don't feel right to me, and respecting that and honoring that. Okay, so I also have that there, and you guys can connect with me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in my next live. Mwah.